This is Steph Curry, the world's leading expert on cryptocurrency.
I'm not.
He's not making pasta, he's printing crypto.
No.
He mines Bitcoin from a giant block of ice.
Definitely not.
Okay, quit messing around, man. Give me some tips on crypto.
No.
But you are an expert, right?
No, I'm not an expert, and I don't need to be. With FTX, I have everything I need to buy, sell, and trade crypto safely.
Can you at least teach me how to shoot free throws?
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna give Stefan actually a round of applause for that, because that actually was very smart. What's going on, guys? Your boy RedpillCanuck back again with another YouTube video. Shout out to the Canuck Squad for being involved and being active on this YouTube channel. And today is Money Monday. That's right, guys, where we put our money on our mind, on our mind, on our money. Ka-ching, cha-ching, ching, ching. Today's episode is going to be a little bit of a different episode. As usual on Money Mondays, we try to be as serious as possible, and we try to educate, and we try to give you the cold, hard facts. We don't take an account of feelings. We just get straight to the point. Now, today we're actually doing a topic which I've always been interested in. I've always been interested in cryptocurrency, the aspect of it, the technology behind it, and all that stuff. But before we begin, let's give a special shout out to our sponsor of today's video, as always, RedpillCanuck.com, the Red Pill Canuck Daily Pill, www.redpillcanuck.com, where we get all our news articles, podcasts, and whatnot, and also our financial news. And if you're listening to us on a alternative platform, shout out to everybody on Spotify and shout out to everybody on Apple Podcast. Make sure you hit that follow button. Check out my YouTube channel. Hit that subscribe button and like button if you haven't already. Today's episode, like I said, we are going to be going into the world of cryptocurrency. And again, this is a podcasted format, so be prepared, kick back, relax, get some popcorn, get a pad and paper out, because you might just learn something. Now, a lot of people actually woke up to this warning here when they went to a website called FTX.com. Now, FTX is a cryptocurrency platform similar to Binance or Coinbase. Some of y'all know Coinbase because it's more publicized, more out there. But FTX was kind of trying to get into that mainstream and to get into that niche. Crypto.com is also along the same lines as FTX. Crypto.com is still standing, thank God. But FTX, not so much. So a lot of people actually got this warning when they woke up last week, where they currently, and actually on to now, and it is permanent, they froze withdrawals and deposits for the most part, but mostly withdrawals. So usually when you get that sort of warning, it pays to panic a little bit, because that means you can't get your money out. Your money's stuck in there. So a lot of people were questioning, because on the surface, FTX was making a lot of money. They had huge investors such as Tom Brady, Steph Curry, even Kevin O'Leary. They were big investors in this platform. They basically paid a lot of money for marketing and whatnot. But let's get into nitty gritty. Let's go straight from the beginning. So this article came out. Collapse crypto exchange. FTX says it's investigating hundreds of millions of dollars moved in suspicious circumstances. And they put, quote unquote, suspicious circumstances. Now, we've seen something similar like this in the history of exchanges. Let us not forget the fiasco of Quadriga. And this actually kind of hit home because this exchange was originated in Canada. So a little brief history on Quadriga. So in December of 2018, the founder of the Canada's largest crypto exchange at the time, he and his new bride went on a trip to India, and who suffered from colon disease fell ill, and he basically, let's just say he became deceased. He was in the hospital, he got sick, and then them bells chimed, and he became deceased. Now, the issue with this is that people were waiting for weeks to get their money out because apparently he was the only individual to have the keys to the offline cold storage. Now, a lot of exchanges, what they do, they actually store a lot of the finances, like a lot of your investments and whatnot. They store it on something called a cold wallet. So it's not on any sort of exchange. It's, think of it this way. It's like having files on a USB key. And there's private keys in order to access it. And the private keys act as your PIN number. So that being said, no one was able to access their funds. Like, it was literally locked up. Now, the thing is, here's the deal. There was a lot of suspicion surrounding his demise. Now, a lot of people suspected because he fell ill in India. So here's the thing. You go on a trip and colon cancer, or not colon cancer, sorry. He was actually suffering from what was the give me 1 second. What was the thing called again? It wasn't colon cancer. It was Crohn's disease. That's what it was. Crohn's disease. Now, as far as I know, I've never heard anybody really die from Crohn's disease. And if they did, they weren't as young as this individual here. So a lot of people suspected that he actually, he kind of faked his death and he ran away with millions. Now, Quadriga actually owed customers over $190 million. Now, this is all alleged, obviously, and there was some accusations going back and forth. Apparently, where they traveled to India, the city where they came from, allegedly was renowned for giving false documents like death certificates, deletion certificates, and whatnot. So, allegedly, they're suspecting that this person is not really deceased and ran away with the money. Now, again, this is alleged because as far as I know, and on to this day, no one had any really confirmation about his actual remains or anything like that. And his wife is actually keeping very, very hush-hush. So, I'm not really going to get into Quadriga too much because we'll probably do that in another episode. But yeah, we're talking about a lot of money. So, so there was a lot of shady things that was going on with this exchange. But now in 2022, when we thought we kind of overcome the hump and we bypass all this nonsense and we kind of had more trust in the technology and in the currency, we had this happen right here. So let's get into the article. So FTX was engulfed in more chaos on Saturday when the crypto exchange said to be detected unauthorized access, and analysts said hundreds of millions of dollars of assets had been moved from the platform in suspicious circumstance. So FTX filed for bankruptcy on Friday, one of the highest profile crypto blowouts after traders rushed to withdraw $6 million from the platform in just 72 hours, and the rival exchange Binance abandoned a proposed rescue deal. So a little context into this. So when FTX was having their little bit of issues, and this was before they were going to file for bankruptcy, whatever, Binance was going to come in and buy them up. So, and Binance, we all know that, well, for those who don't know, I'm going to educate you here. So Binance is actually one of the biggest cryptocurrency platforms in the world. It's not as known as Coinbase, because Coinbase is more of North America. But with Binance, it's more world-renowned. The only issue is sometimes in certain areas of the world, Binance is not able to operate, is because there's certain licenses and certain paperwork that has to be done in order to work in a certain country. Binance, they basically don't care. To be frank, they really don't care. So a lot of times especially in Canada, they were dodging, processing paperwork and whatnot. I kind of understand, and I'm not going to really comment on it. I understand why they didn't do it. And again, it's alleged. But it came to a point where certain countries said, okay, yeah, if you're not going to abide by it, you're not going to abide by certain licenses with the government, the good old government, then you're not going to be able to operate in this country, or whatever country it was. Canada was one of them. I believe the U.S. I'm not sure if the U.S. actually cleared that up. But I know in Canada, yeah, it was really hard to buy any sort of cryptocurrency. But then Crypto.com came out. Shout out to Crypto.com. They literally abide by every aspect of the rules in Canada. So they have all the licenses, and they sort of allegedly, and I don't want to comment before this video is used against me later on. By the way, I'm not a financial advisor, so I don't advise anything that I'm saying here. Do your own due diligence and your own thing. I should have put a disclaimer for that. I'll probably do that for next time. But that being said, is that with Crypto.com, they abide by all licenses and whatnot, and it's actually stated on their website, and they have security protocols in place and whatnot. So, but then again, I also thought FTX had it too. And again, there was huge hitters invested in FTX, and they kind of followed the same platform, which we're going to get into later in this video. They followed the same blueprint Crypto.com did in regards to marketing and influencers and whatnot. But anyway, let's continue the article. So FTX chief executive John J. John J. Ray III said on Saturday that the company was working with law enforcement and regulators to migrate the problem, and was making every effort to secure all assets wherever located. Among other things, we are in the process of removing trading and withdrawal functionality, he said. The exchange drastically fall to grace have seen its 30-year-old founder, Sam Bankman-Fried, fired. Known at his short and t-shirt attire, morph into being a poster child of crypto's successes and the protagonist of the industry biggest crash. Now, this is not the first time crypto has been in the news. There was actually, let me just pull it up for you here. I thought I actually had it pulled up, but I apologize, I didn't. So I'm actually going to pull that up right now. And the issue with this, when certain things happen that end up in the mainstream media in regards to cryptocurrency, it does throw a lot of shade on it, and it throws a lot of fear and uncertainty. So give me 1 second here. I apologize. I thought I actually had this up. I think I might have closed it. So I'm just going to take this here, And we're going to copy it here. We're going to add a new tab. We're going to put this here. And there we go. There we go. So there was actually a cryptocurrency called Terra Luna. So a lot of y'all probably know what I'm talking about who are in the cryptocurrency space. So Terra Luna was actually a token. And Do Kwon, he actually was the leader and founder of the Terra network. So with this incident, I'm not sure what the actual collapse was behind. There was a lot of rumors behind what happened, but I'll give you the short version of it. So what he tried to do, he actually tried to combine a stable coin like Terra or a US coin. So with a stable coin, it's backed by actual money. So like with Terra, for instance, with not Terra, Tether. Sorry, I'm reading Terra. So with Tether actually is a stable coin which is backed by US dollars. So one token is backed by $1, and it's always supposed to maintain, hence the term stable coin. So what ended up happening though with the Terra network, they came up with their own stable coin, which was Terra USD. And long story short, that didn't work out too well because, yeah, it wasn't backed properly. And because of the uncertainty of crypto during that time, yeah, it basically fell apart. So we're talking about estimated $60 billion got wiped out. And this was a matter of a few days. It was one of the biggest crashes in crypto history. Now, that has kind of been, a lot of people actually lost their money for like weeks. They were trying to figure out, again, this is all alleged. They weren't sure if this was actually planned because Do Kwon actually owed a lot of taxes because he is actually from Korea and he owed a lot of taxes there. There's a whole big story behind it. But that being said, they ended up forking, which is basically creating a copy of the actual blockchain. I'm trying not to get too technical here because I know a lot of you individuals are probably not in the crypto space but are kind of learning. I may actually do a series on this channel about cryptocurrency and to educate you guys. Maybe that would actually help. But that being said, long story short, a lot of people lost a lot of money. So yeah, not good. But that being said, when you have stories like this that are in the mainstream media, it does create a lot of uncertainty for cryptocurrency as a whole. And this now is causing havoc because a lot of people lost quite a bit of money. And again, there's a lot of uncertainty. So back to the article. We're just going to call him Bankman, just to make it short, who lives in the Bahamas. Oh, boy. The Bahamas. Anyway, I'm not going to get into that. Who lives in the Bahamas, who has been a subject of speculation about his whereabouts. On Saturday, he told I can never pronounce this name, but Reuters, anyway, that he was in the Bahamas, denying speculation on Twitter that he had flown by a private jet to South America. So what does that look like to you? Allegedly, does it look like he's trying to, I don't know, disappear? Again, this is alleged. Who knows? The turmoil of FTX has seen at least $1 billion of customer funds vanish from the platform, sources told Reuters on Friday. Bankman had transferred $10 billion of customer funds to his trading company, Alameda, research sources say. New problems emerged on Saturday when FTX U.S. General Counsel Ree Miller said in a Twitter post that the firm's digital assets have been moved to a so-called cold storage to mediate damage upon observing unauthorized transactions. Now, here's the thing though. If you have so much money, so much of your customers' money, why wasn't it in a cold storage to begin with? Like, most exchanges usually keep it off the exchange just for this situation. Like, you would think it would be off the exchange. Now, why was it still on the exchange? Why would you move to a cold storage after the fact? It kind of makes you think, doesn't it? Anyway, continuing. So cold storage refers to wallets that are not connected to the internet to guard against hackers. Again, so why was this on the exchange and not protected against hackers to begin with? So blockchain analysis firm said that they saw $659 million in outflows from FTX International and FTX US in the last 24 hours. So a separate blockchain analysis firm said that around $473 million worth of crypto assets were moved out of FTX wallets in suspicious circumstance early this morning, but that they could not confirm that the tokens had been stolen. So there you go. And again, this is alleged. I'm surprised they didn't say alleged. So crypto exchange Kraken, that's another crypto exchange. I forgot to mention that in the beginning, but yeah, they're kind of a smaller one. They're more, I believe, in Asia. I think I used Kraken once, but anyway. So we can confirm that our team is aware of the identity of the account associated with the outgoing FTX hack, and we are committed to working with law enforcement to ensure that we have everything they need to sufficiently investigate this matter. FTX was not immediately available for comment about the outflow or Kraken statement. Obviously not. So a document that Bankman shared with investors on Thursday and was reviewed by Reuters showed that FTX had $13.86 billion in liabilities and $14.6 billion in assets. However, over $900 million of those assets were liquid, leading to the cash crunch that ended with the company's filing for bankruptcy. So there might be allegedly something else behind this that they're not revealing. So in this bankruptcy petition, FTX Trading said that it had 10 billion to 50 billion in assets, 10 billion to 50 billion in liabilities, and more than 100,000 creditors. Ray, a reconstruction expert, appointed to take over as CEO. The collapse shocked investors and prompted fresh calls to regulate the crypto asset sector, which has seen losses stack up this year as cryptocurrency prices collapse. And we're talking about collapse of epic proportions, because when something like this happens, it affects the whole ecosystem as a whole. Now, I'm actually going to show you the way it actually affects, but we're going to continue it. We're going to finish up this article here. There's not too much left. Where's my spot? Sorry, I lost my spot here. Okay. Things will continue to simmer after FTX crash, said Alan Wong, operation managers of the Hong Kong. Okay. With a gap of $8 billion between liabilities and assets where FTX is insolvent, it will trigger a domino effect that would lead to a series of investors related to FTX going bankrupt or forced to sell assets. So the market fallout since its founding in 2019, FTX has raised over $2 billion from top investors, including Solidica, SoftBank, BlackRock, and BlackRock is actually pretty big, and Temest? I can't pronounce that. In January, FTX raised $400 million from investors at a $32 billion valuation. SoftBank and Sequel Capital said that they are marking their investments in FTX down to zero. Wow. And cryptocurrency exchange Coinbase will also write off an investment in its venture in the armed made in 2021, according to a more familiar with that matter. So Bitcoin fell below 16,000 US for the first time since 2020 after Binance abandoned its rescue deal on Wednesday. So again, Binance was going to jump in and kind of save the day and buy them out. They probably don't want to be involved in this because who knows what's really going on here? And I don't think they want to be associated with it. I think that's why they kind of backed out on the deal. Or probably when they were looking at the details, they may have found something allegedly. And like, yeah. No, we're not touching this with a 10-foot pole. Oh, boy. On Saturday, it was trading. So Bitcoin was trading at 16,831, down more than 75% of its all-time high of 69,000 it reached last November. So a year ago, just think of this a year ago, 69,000 US. That was close to 80,000 in Canadian. Yeah, we're down 75%. Yeah, wow. So FTX coin token plunged around 91% this year. So again, this is like what Terra Luna went through. Like they plunged dramatically. We're talking about, I think this actually hit close to 99%. Like it was the biggest crash in, I believe, in crypto history. So this kind of is along the same lines here. So we believe in cryptocurrency markets remain too small and to cause congestion in the financial markets with 890 billion market cap in comparison to the US equity of 41 trillion. Wow. So that being said, and again, I was talking about crypto.com earlier. A lot of these exchanges, they rely heavily on marketing. So crypto.com was actually, I believe, one of the first in North America to actually sign a deal with a stadium. So they signed a big deal with the 76ers, and they actually called it they renamed their stadium the Crypto.com Stadium. So a lot of money was invested. FTX kind of followed the same blueprint, and they ended up signing a deal with the Miami Heat. And they ended up calling their stadium the FTX Arena, I believe. It was the FTX Arena? Yes, FTX Arena. But obviously, yeah, that deal's pretty much done. Yeah, that deal's finished. So Miami Heat's home arena will get a new name after FTX collapse. And FTX actually signed a 19-year deal. So that was basically a $135 million sponsorship agreement over 19 years. Crypto.com, I believe theirs was like 70 million. If I'm not, there's all allegedly, I'm just picking the numbers at the top of my head, but I remember seeing, I think it was like 70 million, and I think it was a 10-year deal. I could look that up later on. But anyway, continuing with this article. So the arena where the Miami Heat play will soon have a new name after the team and Miami-Dade County decided Friday to terminate its relationship with the FTX on the same day the cryptocurrency exchange filed for bankruptcy. The building had been called the FTX Arena since 2021 in June, and a 19-year deal and sponsorship totaling $135 million between FTX and the county was just getting started. So in a joint statement Friday, Miami-Dade County Mayor Daniela L. And the Miami Heat in the news regarding say they're extremely disappointed. Yeah. Mercedes said it would immediately remove FTX logos from its Formula One cars. So yeah, this is like a spiral downhill. Like everybody's jumping ship at this point. And here's where it actually gets interesting. Some of the top athletes in the world also had FTX deals, including Tom Brady and Stephen Curry. I actually didn't know that. So Miami-Dade County also owns the arena and negotiated the naming rights deal, and they struck a deal in March of 2021. The name of the building changed from the American Airlines Arena to FTX Arena 3 months later. So the Heat were to receive $2 million a year as part of the deal. Most of the rest, roughly $90 million over a lifetime of the agreement, was to be paid to the county, and a vast majority of the embarked towards fighting gun violence and poverty. So there was actually a lot involved in this deal, more than a lot of people thought. It wasn't just literally just slapping your name on a stadium and calling it a day. So there was a lot of stuff that was behind the scenes here. And obviously, that's pretty much done. So FTX filed for bankruptcy protection on Friday, ending the disastrous few days for what had been the third largest cryptocurrency exchange in the world when the week began. So I think Binance probably number one, Crypto.com might be number two. I'm not sure. So the company's CEO and founder, Mr. Sam Bankman, has resigned, coincidentally. So the embattled cryptocurrency exchange, short billions of dollars, sought bankruptcy protection after the exchange experienced crypto equivalent of the bank run. So, yeah. And it gets worse, ladies and gentlemen. It gets worse. So, this we already talked about already. So, we did talk about a lot of people losing money. We're talking about athletes here. So, and there actually was a commercial with Tom Brady. I didn't even know this. So, we're gonna run the film just for context sake. Hopefully there's no ad.
Can I talk to you about something?
Yeah, we talked about it.
That's hilarious. Wow, you got so this is obviously before the divorce because you got Giselle in there. I just thought that was comic. Okay, let's roll the film again. Sorry.
Can I talk to you about something?
Yeah, we talked about it. I got another 10 years left. Maybe 15.
Not that. This is big. What do you think? Are you in?
You know what? I'm in. Let's call everyone.
Hang on a minute. Oh, how dare you call this number? Okay, I'm in. Whatever.
Who was that?
That was my mom.
Huh.
Hey, Donut, don't eat that. Yo, what's up? Yeah, I'm in.
Yeah, sounds good. I'm in.
I'm in. Hey, Arthur, I quit.
I'm in.
T-Bone, is it the downstairs toilet again?
Hello, Tom. Doggy coin? Sue, Mark.
Are you in? I'm in.
I'm in.
I'm in. All right, this last one might be tough.
Nah, he loves you.
Probably just getting to the dentist. This guy. First, even if you wanted to come back, we wouldn't take you.
Yes, you would.
Yeah, we would.
You're right, we would. What's up?
I'm getting into crypto. With FTX. You in?
We're providing gives 360-degree access to the crypto markets with the ability to trade everything from alts to DeFi. I believe I'm in, but still hate you.
Understood.
Take care. Best of the family.
Is he in?
Yep,
Did he say he hates you?
he did.
Even on the phone, that guy sounds handsome.
Can I talk to you about something?
Wow. I'll give it credit where credit is due. Like the commercial is entertaining. Great commercial, great marketing. But too bad the company didn't work out and the marriage didn't work out either. So that's a double whammy there. Now, the only issue is, though, and here's the thing, and I actually did a video on this in regards to influencers. some people might actually take this out of context and thinking that Tom Brady was giving financial advice. Now, they should have put some kind of disclaimer in this thing here, because based on the commercial, it looked like he was recruiting people and he was giving financial advice. So I don't know if this is going to bite Tom in the butt later on. I don't know. But yeah, I personally would have did that. We all saw what happened with Kim Kardashian. See, the issue with celebrities and when it comes to any sort of influencers, and again, I mentioned this in my previous video, you got to be careful what you're endorsing and what you say, because when you're a public figure, people trust you. People, they'll do whatever you tell them because they think you know, you're rich, you're out there. They assume you did your due diligence and did your research. So because of this backlash now, I don't know what's going to happen. And, oh boy, Stephen Curry actually did a commercial too. Oh no. Now this is going to be interesting. Let's see what Stephen had to do. Let's see what he did.
This is Steph Curry, the world's leading expert on cryptocurrency.
I'm not.
He's not making pasta, he's printing crypto.
No.
He mines Bitcoin from a giant block of ice.
Definitely not.
Okay, quit messing around, man. Give me some tips on crypto.
No.
But you are an expert, right?
No, I'm not an expert, and I don't need to be. With FTX, I have everything I need to buy, sell, and trade crypto safely.
Can you at least teach me how to shoot free throws?
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna give Stefan actually a round of applause for that, because that actually was very smart. Now I'm gonna play this again, because again, it was only a 30-second clip. And let me tell me if you see what I hope you guys see here. I'm gonna play it again. And everybody listening on the podcast, listen very closely. I'm gonna play it again.
This is Steph Curry, the world's leading expert on cryptocurrency.
I'm not.
He's not making pasta, he's printing crypto.
No.
He mines Bitcoin from a giant block of ice.
Definitely not.
Okay, quit messing around, man. Give me some tips on crypto.
No.
But you are an expert, right?
No, I'm not an expert, and I don't need to be. With FTX, I have everything I need to buy, sell, and trade crypto safely.
Can you at least teach me how to shoot free throws?
Now, you see, he was very, very smart. Now, I know what he was trying to do. He was trying to say that, you know what, that this interface and that this software, anybody can use it. I understand what he's trying to do, but he was very smart in another way. He made it known that he is not an expert. Very, very, very smart. Now, Tom did the exact opposite of what Stefan did. The exact opposite. Now, that might actually kick him in the ass later on. Allegedly. Hopefully not. But some of you normies out there might actually say, okay, you know what? I invested because of you. Now, again, if you're investing, you got to do your own due diligence. You got to do your own research, because no one's going to take care of your money but you, because you're the one that's going to basically feel it if you lose it. But again, shout out to Stefan. That was very, very smart what he did there. Okay, so getting back to the article here. Okay, this part's short, so we're just going to read it really quick. So let me see if there's anything else different here. Okay, so interest to crypto and crypto years, high personality athletes, Tom Brady. A few months after winning, so a few months after winning 7 Super Bowl, Brady and his wife Giselle were even given an equity. Oh, so they were each given an equity stake in FTX with no additional, in addition to receiving some crypto. Okay, so basically there was a deal here. So FTX looks like they approached him and they gave him an equity stake in addition to receiving some crypto. So Brady served as an ambassador for the company, and Giselle was FTX's environmental and social initiatives advisor. I don't know what that is. And the two also starred in several commercials. So, yeah. So it looks like their business deal didn't work out and their marriages didn't work out. An incredibly exciting time in the crypto world. Sam and the revolutionary FTX team continue to open their eyes to endless possibilities. This particularly showed in the importance of educating people of the power of crypto while simultaneously giving back to their communities and the planet. We have a chance to create something really special here and can't wait to see what we can do together. It is not clear how much equity Tom Brady and Giselle received in 2021, but FTX raised a capital of $32 billion validation a few months after the announcement of the deal. So they ain't going to say anything. They're not going to say anything. And actually, it looks like Stefan also got it as well. So it looks like he was made a global ambassador for FTX and was also given equity stake in the company as well. So they both had something to gain here. But again, Stefan was very smart in his approach. And I know it probably wasn't done on purpose, but you know what? It worked out for him. So anyway. So is there anything else different here? So there's nothing different. But this is actually very interesting. And of course, everybody's thinking, you know what, FTX, it only affected the US. You know what? It didn't affect Canada. Canada was safe. No, they weren't. I didn't know this was a thing. Ontario Teachers Pension Plan invested $95 million US into the failing crypto platform FTX. So obviously somebody didn't do their proper research. Now again, did anybody know this was going to happen? Probably not. This usually just happens out of nowhere. No one can predict what's going to happen in the world. Who knew a whole exchange would go down? But let's get into this article. So the Ontario Teachers Pension Plan said it invested $95 million US into the failing cryptocurrency exchange platform FTX trading. Rival exchange platform Binance pulled out of the deal of the purchase FTX due to a significant concerns sending cryptocurrency prices falling, with Bitcoin sinking to a 2-year low. FTX is now being investigated for potential securities violations. So it just keeps going and going, guys. So OTPP says it invested. How much is it? Okay, so it invested in FTX International and US Arms through its Teachers Venture Growth platform, so it could gain small-scale exposure to this emerging area. It says any financial loss on this investment in FTX would have a limited impact on the teachers' pension plan because the investments represent less than 0.5% of the total net assets. So it didn't impact too much, but still, $95 million? That's still a lot. Even though it's only 0.5%, that is still a lot. Customers are fleeing FTX after concerns arose that it might not have sufficient capital. Yeah. Wow. And of course, this affected good old Bitcoin. Yep. It affected Bitcoin significantly. Yep. So the cryptocurrency industry has once again feeling the chill of winter. Bitcoin has experienced one of its biggest crashes in history. It's apparent. But Bank of America research flow shows research note has crunched data and put in historical terms, it's the 5th worst collapse of its assets in financial history. nearly as the great scale as the Mississippi and South Sea history buffs would know that episode better than 1700s. Then okay. So Bitcoin, which makes up 41% of the crypto market, hits lows unseen. What? Okay, there's a typo here. Shout out to Fortune. Hits lows unseen since the depths of the pandemic 2 years ago. And although it rallied after May's crypto winter, a market downturn is back in full force with FTX implosion that led to the crypto exchange to file for bankruptcy, and founder and CEO Sam Bankman tried to resign. Actually, no, he did resign. A far cry of a few months ago, and it was JP Morgan rescue. Okay, yeah, so it went down dramatically, and this affected. Okay, we're gonna get into this loophole in a bit, but we're gonna look at the date of this recording of this video. Yeah, we're in a sea of red, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, so Bitcoin is actually down 22%. Ethereum, which is their second ranking, is down 24% and is over a 7-day. Which one actually stands? XRP is 27%. Elon's good old Dogecoin is down 30%. And the biggest, the biggest loser here, it looks like Solana. Solana is down 62%. Yeah, like we're seeing a sea of red here. Like even, and I'm actually going to pull this up here. So what is it's going to let me pull it up? Let's see. Where's my keyboard not working? Okay, there we go. Would help if I could spell. Oh, there we go. Wow. So this is actually crypto.com coin. Again, it's similar to FTX. Look at that. Yeah. Now, back in the day, like we're talking about, like say, year to date. Yeah, it was actually at 56 cents now, and this is US. It's down to 6 cents now. And overall, like this thing was literally at 89 cents back last year. November 24th, 2021 was at 89 cents. Now it's down to 6. So that could be the reason, because it's maybe a lot of investors are fearing that because FTX followed the same blueprint as crypto.com, there might be a fear that they may be next. And this is all alleged, I personally don't think so. But then again, in the world of crypto, anything is pretty much possible. So hopefully not. But again, could this be an opportunity for you guys to get into crypto? Because if you look at like the overall right now, like if you have a few extra dollars, maybe you could throw it in. Me personally though, when I do any sort of investments, I'm going to go full screen for a second. When I do any sort of investments, what I usually do, I usually consider it a write-off. Because there's always a possibility that you can actually lose. So I usually figure, you know what, this is money that I would have, for instance, I would have used on dinner. Since the pandemic started, I wasn't eating out as much. So what I would do, and this is not financial advice, this is what I did personally. So the money that I would use for eating out, I would invest it, because when you eat out, the money's gone anyway. So I just considered when I used to invest, it would be the same thing like eating out, because the money's gone. that's the mindset I've always had when it came to, like, say, investing in something like cryptocurrency. Reason being is because this can always happen. You just never know when it comes to cryptocurrency. Like, it could go down at any time. You could get wiped out within a day. Like, look at Solana. Solana was huge. And this was actually, they were big for NFTs and whatnot. Yeah, they were like, let's check what their overall was. Like, they were literally last year at $243 a token. Today, they're at $13. So this could be a big opportunity for people to get into crypto. If you do have some money to throw at it, I'm not going to tell you guys what to do, but yeah, it's literally a fire sale right now. Like, everything is down. Like, it's literally a sea of red here. Well, you have some like Trust Token, and that's up like 33%. I think this might be is this a stable coin? I can't, no, it's not. No, I thought it was a stable coin, but yeah, so this actually kind of went up a little bit. Not as much, but yeah, literally it's like a sea of red here. Let me see if there's anything else that kind of stands out. Like Solana, I know as well, because Solana, again, dealt with NFTs. Actually, there was another one that was actually a big game, and I know I'm going a little bit off topic, but let's see, Axis. See, Axis Infinity was actually really huge back in the day. So they actually came out with this game was kind of like Pokemon. They were doing extremely well. Like, let's see, last year, like, they were at $150 US a token. Yeah, now they're down to like $6. So again, actually $6.40 at the time of this recording. So literally, again, everything is going down. Is it possible for it to go back up? Of course. Everything goes up, everything goes down. It's still pretty much the law of finances. And if you guys are wondering what I'm talking about here, so this actually was the game here. You're gonna load. There we go. So it was kind of like a Pokemon style game. It was actually pretty big. So we're gonna play the trailer here. So basically, these were kind of like NFT collectibles, which you can actually use to fight and whatnot. I actually thought it was a great concept. They raised a lot of money too. You can actually adopt them, you can breed them. There's a lot of stuff you can actually do. So yeah, it was something that was, was something fun. And yeah, they had about like what? Traded in-house on their marketplace was like $3.6 billion. Wow. And the most expensive Axie ever sold was $820,000 US. Wow. Whew. It says, well, actually, I'm not sure if this is still true about the daily players, but 2.8 million. I'm pretty sure people are probably still playing it until now. I know internationally they do play this. I'm not sure as much in North America, but still, like, wowzy, wows. Like, yep, we're in interesting times, ladies and gentlemen. So, is it time to invest in crypto? I don't know what to tell you. And in regards to the FTX situation, obviously the bankruptcy is going to be a mess. And this article actually was saying that the ones who actually has their deposit that it still exists, they should have a right to recover their deposits. But are they going to get it? You have a right to anything in this world. The question is, can you get it? Just because it's available doesn't mean you can, because if you look at their website on to now, they're not allowing any withdrawals and any deposits. So this whole exchange is literally frozen. It says that so onboarding of new clients have been suspended until further notice. So yeah, and it says this functionality will be enabled. So it looks like it said they may be, what was their holders? So it looks like they might be enabling it here. And I don't think they enabled it until now. And yeah. Like, to be fair, honestly, this company did have potential. Like, I did my research on them as well. And there was actually one article I want to show you as well. Not that. Where is it? Did I close it? Oh, this one here. So this one I actually found very interesting because it looks like FTX users appear to be cashing out of Bankrupt, the exchange, through a Bahamas loophole. So I found this very interesting because some have been buying NFTs that appear to be owned by Bahamian citizens at astronomical prices. In one case, a digital collectible traded for $9 3 weeks ago sold for $10 million. So what could be happening here is that people may have found a way to funnel their money out. I'm not sure if this loophole was probably it still exists. So it says some FTX users appear to have found a way to move their money off the exchange through a back door in the Bahamas. So it says the data firm Argus found an unusual trading patterns over the past 5 days as FTX was gaining customer withdrawals. Most irregular had to do with digital collectibles known as NFTs. The pattern suggests desperate customers were turning to FTX users in the Bahamas to help, according to their studies. So they might have found a way to get it out. And it says right here, so we mentioned one about the 10 million Friday. Another NFT was similarly priced a month ago, sold for $888,888.88 this week. So they might have found a loophole. I don't know how long that loophole is going to last. But yeah, we're living in interesting times, but unfortunately the crypto market is like a one-horse town. A lot of people, again, are asking for more regulations, but the only problem is that the whole concept of cryptocurrency was that it was peer-to-peer. So it didn't have any sort of government influence. That's why pretty much cryptocurrency was created. It was supposed to be peer-to-peer with nobody controlling it. But the problem is that you have incidences like this, so it's kind of a double-edged sword. But yeah, interesting times, and honestly, I'm kind of not surprised because the way the economy is going now, literally everything is going down. Like even the stock market's going down. Crypto was supposed to be a safe haven for a lot of people, because, you know, it was in theory supposed to be inflation proof. But that being said, it looks like, you know, technically it's supposed to, but when you have people doing other things on the back end and, you know, doing questionable things, that comes into play too. So anyway, that's going to be it for Money Monday. I just thought this was very interesting, because I was very surprised, especially with this hitting home in Canada. I had no idea that the teacher's pension plan was involved in this, but I also found it very interesting that apparently they think that 0.5% does not impact too much. It would impact me, ladies and gentlemen. I wouldn't mind $95 million. Heck, I wouldn't even mind $100,000. Anyway, guys, that's going to be it for today's Money Monday. Make sure you like and subscribe on the way out. And, of course, shout out to RedpillCanuck.com, www.redpillcanuck.com, our daily pill where we get our financial news and whatnot. and good old Spotify. Shout out to everybody listening on Spotify and everybody listening on Apple Podcast. Make sure you hit that follow button and also visit my YouTube channel. Hit that like and subscribe button if you haven't already. And that's going to be it for today's Money Monday. I will see you all in the next one. And guys, if you are going to invest, please do your due diligence, do your research, and don't rely on, and again, I know I'm a YouTuber, and I'm going to go full screen for this last part. I know I'm a YouTuber, and a lot of us content creators, you do watch us, you do trust us, we build a relationship because you guys watch us every day. So you figure that whatever we say, we know what we're doing. When it comes to finances, again, I never give any sort of financial advice because I expect everybody to do their due diligence, do their own research. So that way, when God forbid, something happens like this, then you have nobody to blame but yourself. So if you could take anything out of this video, please invest smart and please invest wisely. Don't invest any money that you're not willing to lose. Take my advice. If you take any of my advice, make sure whatever you invest, consider it a write-off and just be surprised if it does well. Anyway, that's going to be it for today, and I will see you guys in the next one. Hey guys, thanks for watching. Make sure you smash that like button, and to check out our more recent uploads, check here on the top left, and to check out our playlist, check here on the top right, and make sure you hit that subscribe button down below, and also check out our Quick Hits channel, which is also located down below for our more bite-sizable content. I'll see you guys in the next one.